Have you ever wondered, how do I make the perfect jollof rice? I mean, the one that the color is popping like this. Tasty, delicious, moist, and keeps you craving for more. If you've got that question in mind, keep watching this video and I will show you how. But first, click on the subscribe button, okay? Now let's get cooking. First, you will need equal ratio of tomatoes and pepper. For this recipe, I used 5 tomatoes, 1 capsicum, 4 chili pepper. I used some garlic, some ginger, 1 onion, and some tomato paste. You're going to wash and chop your pepper mix like you can see in this video. I took out all the seeds from my capsicum like you can see. And you're going to put it in your blender and blend it until you get a smooth consistency like this. Now guys, you're going to transfer your blended pepper mix into a pot. You want to cook it on medium heat for about 20 minutes. And after that, you're going to get like a pasty, thick consistency like you can see in this video. Set it aside. In a different pot, you're going to be adding some oil. Please make sure that this pot is big enough to accommodate the rice that you'll be cooking. So now you're going to add your sliced onions and you're going to fry it till it is fragrance. Once that is done, you're going to add your tomato paste into this onion. I ended up using only 1.5 of my tomato paste because I figured 2 is going to be too much for this recipe. And guys, please don't stress. I am going to list all the ingredients used in the description section, so please check it out. Now I'm frying this paste because I want to take away any sourness or bitterness from this. You have to be careful not to get it burnt at this point. And I'm going to be frying it for about 7 minutes. I fried it until I got a darker color like this, and at this point I added my boiled pepper mix to this, and I didn't need to fry it too much because the pepper mix was already boiled. So I just started adding all my ingredients. So I added my meat stock, my seasoning cubes, and some salt. You can see I'm not really measuring my salt with a spoon, and that's because I've been cooking this recipe for a very long time. But I'm going to list all the measurements in the description as well, okay? I added also some seasoning powder, some curry powder, which is super important in this recipe, and some thyme. Please do not skip these particular ingredients that I just mentioned. Also, I added some chili powder just for some spice, and finally added some bay leaf. Now I'm going to close this pot and let it cook for about 5 minutes so all the ingredients can get infused into each other before then adding my washed rice to this recipe. So I will then give that a stir to make sure that everything is incorporated and I don't have the fried tomatoes at the bottom. Because what happens is when you have that tomatoes concentrated at the bottom, you're going to have a burnt jollof rice and you don't want that, okay? Now I added enough water to cover my rice and enough water that should be enough to cook the rice. And I'll just give it a little bit of a stir and just to make sure that all the ingredients get into each other. And I'm going to top it up with a foil before covering with my lid. This will make sure that I get that nice Nigerian smoky jollof rice. After about 10 minutes, I opened up my pot. I wanted to check that the water was going to be enough to cook my rice. I added a little bit more water and I also checked the seasoning content and I was happy with that. So I closed it up and continued cooking. So once the rice was nearly done, I topped it up with some tomato slice and I closed it for an extra 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that the water was properly dried out. And once that was dried out, this is the result I got. Looks pretty delicious, doesn't it? Anyways, I topped up this rice with some spring onions and just gave it a stir. Alright guys, please subscribe to my channel. Look at this rice. Tell me you are not salivating. It looks delicious. Okay, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and share this video.